Dogs experience the world in ways that go far beyond what we see, relying on hidden senses like their extraordinary smell, heightened hearing, and unique color perception. They don't just see blue and yellow, they use their senses to navigate their environment, detect subtle movements, and even understand us better than we might think. Want to dive into how your dog's incredible senses shape their view of the world? Let's do it! Color perception in dogs. Many people believe that dogs see the world in black and white, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Dogs perceive color, just not in the same vibrant spectrum as humans. Their eyes are specially adapted to detect shades of blue and yellow, which means colors like red and green often appear more muted to them. So, if you're choosing toys or training tools, think about this: opting for blue or yellow objects might actually help your dog find them quicker in the yard. While humans have 3 types of cone cells in the retina that help us see a wide range of colors, dogs only have 2. This difference results in a more limited color spectrum, yet it serves them well in their natural environments. For instance, when walking through a park at dusk, your dog can still spot movements even if it can't differentiate between all the colors you see. It's fascinating how evolution has fine-tuned their vision to suit their needs. Imagine throwing a red ball onto a green lawn. You'd probably see the ball stand out clearly, but for your dog, the red might blend in with the green grass. This is why certain colors are more practical for dog toys and why understanding your dog's color perception can even enhance their training experience. Curious how dogs rely on their other senses to compensate? Well, we're just getting started. Low light adaptation. Dogs have an impressive ability to see in low light conditions, thanks to a special layer in their eyes called the tapetum lucidum. This reflective layer helps them spot things like a toy or a small animal during twilight hours, long after our own vision has faded. It's almost as if dogs have their own version of night vision, a trait passed down from their hunting ancestors who relied on this ability to navigate and hunt during dawn and dusk. You can take advantage of this skill by incorporating low-light play sessions with toys that glow in the dark or are easier for them to track. While you may need a flashlight, your dog can quickly detect movement even in dim lighting. This enhanced vision works hand in hand with their other senses, especially when they're tracking a moving object. Speaking of which, their sensitivity to motion is equally fascinating. Motion sensitivity. Dogs are exceptionally good at detecting movement, a trait rooted in their hunting instincts. Even if their vision isn't as sharp as ours for distant objects, they can spot the tiniest flicker of motion, which explains why they perk up at the slightest movement, whether it's a squirrel in the yard or a ball flying through the air. Their ability to quickly react to fast-moving objects makes them excellent at activities like fetch or agility training. This natural sensitivity to motion comes from their survival instincts, where detecting the subtle movement of prey was critical. You can harness this skill in training by incorporating activities that involve quick motions, like frisbee or agility courses, which will engage their body and mind. This sensitivity, combined with their other sensory strengths, makes dogs highly adaptable and responsive in various situations. But did you know that not all dogs have the same level of visual ability? Some breeds excel more than others in this area, and we'll explore that next. Breed-specific vision. Not all dog breeds experience the world through the same visual lens. Some dogs, like greyhounds and huskies, have remarkably sharp long-distance vision, perfect for tracking fast-moving prey or objects across open spaces. These breeds are often used in activities like racing or sledding, where their superior eyesight gives them a natural advantage. On the other hand, breeds like pugs and bulldogs are more prone to nearsightedness due to their facial structure, making it harder for them to see objects that are far away. This variation in eyesight among dog breeds can affect everything from their behavior to their performance in specific tasks. For example, herding breeds like Border Collies rely on their keen vision to control and direct livestock, while scenthounds like Beagles rely more on their powerful noses to compensate for their less acute vision. Understanding your dog's breed-specific strengths can help you tailor activities that suit their abilities. If you have a dog with strong eyesight, incorporating games that require tracking objects from a distance will play to their natural instincts. Knowing your dog's visual capabilities also helps you address their individual needs. If your dog struggles with nearsightedness, consider using brightly colored toys that stand out or engaging in activities that rely more on smell and sound. Speaking of smell, that's where dogs really shine, far more than their eyesight ever could. Smell power. When it comes to smell, dogs are in a league of their own. Their sense of smell is up to 10,000 to 100,000 times more powerful than a human's, allowing them to detect even the faintest of scents. Imagine being able to sniff out a teaspoon of sugar in 2 Olympic-sized pools. That's the level of precision dogs are working with. Whether it's finding lost items, detecting illnesses, or simply tracking where you've been, your dog's nose is their ultimate tool. This powerful sense of smell has been put to good use in many fields. Dogs are employed in search and rescue operations, trained to sniff out everything from bombs to drugs, and even used in medical settings to detect diseases like cancer. At home, you can harness this ability by incorporating scent-based games into your dog's routine. Hiding treats around the house or engaging in nose work can challenge and satisfy your dog mentally, giving them the chance to exercise their strongest sense. But it's not just about fun and games. A dog's ability to detect subtle smells can also alert you to potential problems, like if there's something burning in the kitchen or if someone unfamiliar is approaching your home. This sensory advantage makes them excellent companions and protectors. And just as their noses lead the way, their ears are another crucial part of how they perceive the world. Hearing sensitivity. Dogs don't just see and smell the world differently, they hear it on a whole new level too. With the ability to detect frequencies as high as 65,000 Hz, far beyond the human hearing range, dogs are experts at picking up sounds that we'd never notice. Whether it's the faint rustle of a mouse in the grass or the distant bark of another dog, your dog's ears are always tuned into their environment. This is why they often respond to noises we barely register, like the hum of a distant car or the squeak of a door opening. This heightened hearing makes dogs excellent at detecting sounds even through walls or at great distances. It's no wonder they're used in security roles or as service animals, where being able to react quickly to subtle noises can be life-saving. You might have noticed your dog suddenly perk up and head to the door before you've even heard a knock. That's their hearing at work, picking up on frequencies and vibrations long before you can. To make the most of your dog's acute hearing, try incorporating auditory signals into their training. Use a whistle or specific sounds to get their attention or issue commands. Understanding this sensory strength allows you to communicate more effectively with your dog, creating a stronger bond. And speaking of communication, the differences in how dogs experience the world through all their senses go beyond just hearing. Their entire sensory experience is shaped by evolution and their surroundings, which we'll dive into next. Dog training based on senses. Training becomes more effective when you tap into your dog's natural senses. For dogs with strong noses, like beagles or bloodhounds, scent-based games and exercises can be incredibly rewarding. Hide treats or set up scent trails to keep them mentally engaged while sharpening their skills. For breeds with sensitive hearing, like Border Collies, using sound cues like whistles or varying your voice tone can make training more responsive. Meanwhile, dogs with heightened motion sensitivity, such as greyhounds, respond well to visual cues and fast-paced activities that keep them alert and focused. Understanding how your dog uses all their senses, sight, sound, smell, during training allows you to create a more enriching experience. This sensory-based approach helps dogs stay engaged and can make learning more fun for both of you. Now that you know how your dog truly experiences the world, how will you use this knowledge to improve your bond? Whether it's enhancing their training through scent games or using sound cues to communicate better, there's so much potential to explore. Imagine understanding your dog's every move, knowing why they react the way they do, and using that to enrich their life and yours. What will you try first? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to keep learning more fascinating insights about your furry friends.